Hello everyone, welcome to today's Bible at the Beach video where we are continuing to study through the book of Romans together, picking up where we left off last time in Romans chapter 10, verse 1, where the Apostle Paul says, "Dear brothers and sisters, the longing of my heart and my prayer to God is for the people of Israel to be saved. I know what enthusiasm they have for God, but it is misdirected zeal, for they don't understand God's way of making people right with himself. Refusing to accept God's way, they cling to their own way of getting right with God by trying to keep the law. For Christ has already accomplished the purpose for which the law was given. As a result, all who believe in him are made right with God. For Moses writes that the law's way of making a person right with God requires obedience to all of its commands. But faith's way of getting right with God says, don't say into your heart, who will go up to heaven to bring Christ down to earth? And don't say, who will go down to the place of the dead to bring Christ back to life again? In fact, it says the message is very close at hand. It is on your lips and in your heart. And that message is the very message about faith that we preach. If you openly declare that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is by believing in your heart that you are made right with God, and it is by openly declaring your faith that you are saved. As the scriptures tell us, anyone who trusts in him will never be disgraced. Jew and Gentile are the same in this respect. They have the same Lord who gives generously to all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved." I love that part, by the way, because Paul makes it super clear what it looks like to trust Jesus, doesn't he? The focus of the Christian message is not on the Old Testament, on the Ten Commandments law. The focus of the Christian message is on the person and the work of Jesus and putting your faith in him, right? Which looks like radically reorienting your whole life around Jesus, right? Both internally in my heart and externally expressing that trust in him outwardly. And again, salvation through Jesus is for everyone, Paul says, right? It doesn't matter what ethnicity you were born into. I love that passage. And that's where we'll plan to pick things up next time, God willing.